I'd like to finish up by making people aware of a day that's coming in the future. There's a day coming in the future, people, and you'll be asked a question. You'll be asked a question, and this is coming to every man and woman here. And it may be someone else that asks you the question. It may even be yourself. It may even be your child. And I'd like you to think about that. And the question that's coming when the other side is reached: what did you do? What did you do when you became aware that the schools were sexualising the minds of young people? What did you do when you learned that 5G was installed in schools without a risk assessment in your child's school? It may even be your child that asks you this question: when the government said that they could inject me, mummy, with gene therapy, what did you do? That day is coming, folks. That question's coming. And it's there waiting for you, and it's going to arrive when the other side is reached, regardless of the outcome. And something I'd like to say to people today is to reflect on that and reflect upon that question. I think we should ask ourselves, how glorious is your answer going to be? How glorious is your answer going to be when you're asked, what did you do? What are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them? You're in a Telegram group and you shared a lot of memes. What are you going to tell them? So when that day comes, have your story ready and make it as glorious as you possibly can. So, so I'll finish up this time, I mean it. So you'll notice throughout that I've referred to mothers quite consistently, and I'll finish by saying why. I've got 3 sisters, a mother, 4 nieces at the last count. My family's here today. So the men in my family, we've always been outnumbered. But I grew up with stories of a concept known as a mother's instinct. I grew up with phrases like, a mother always knows. And when a threat becomes apparent to a mother, woe betide anyone that stands in the way of a mother's instinct to protect her child. So from this point forward, personally I place my faith in the women of Scotland, and I place my faith in the mother's instinct running like fire through the grassroots movement. And I look forward to working with all the groups here and all the people, and as we spread that fire between us and awaken the mother's instinct and let that flame build up, I look forward to working with the grassroots media to spread that fire and fan those flames of that mother's instinct, letting it rise up within each of us and letting it crash down upon the people that thought they could do this to our children. I think it's the role of the grassroots movement and the groups within that to facilitate a mother's instinct coming into its own. So mothers need to come together and families need to come together. The groups are coming together, new groups are being formed, and together we will stop this. Together, as a grassroots movement for human freedom, we will protect our children. Thank you, Glasgow.